The relaxation in planning norms. So government will implement a system. Ultimately everything is encouraging the investment, and we are going to project our state as the ease of doing business. So all the restrictions on the industries have been removed. So you have to encourage setting up of new transit corridors. 25% parking space allocation will be provided for all the industries within 3 kilometers of railway station, so that they can park their finished goods and they can take it whenever it is required. Also, as a significant step, that industrial unit setup and other government promoter will be given online planning permission and building approval without inspection. So when you are establishing something in the government parks, what they are saying is without even visiting, they will give the approval immediately without even visiting the area. So we have government is going to integrate all the SIPCOT, SITCO, LCOT, TIDCO, SIPCOT, JV parks, everything in another non-government parks into a single entity, so that you can plan and get the permission easily for these government established ventures. Sustaining the finance of investment. So how we are going to plan for the investment in the industries over the years. So that is going to be the challenge, because mobilizing funds is going to be very, very difficult. So investment gap in the industrial infrastructure and industrial ventures have been addressed through various approaches. So we have projects worth 500 crore. It is called as mega or ultra mega projects in the state. Equity financing. So investor can submit the proposal to TITCO, so coming as a probable investor, and they can support the mega project. So the participation is 11 to 26%, and the associate sector is 2 to 11%. The maximum 26% you can support, you can show the participation. Otherwise, in other sectors only 2 to 11%. So projects that are having a very high capital requirement in the initial year of investment may also be offered hybrid financing in the form of convertible debentures. So either you can source it from debentures or as an equity plan on a depend on a case to case basis. Industrial ecosystem fund. So as we said, the government recognizes that the major investments can be attracted only if we have a developed ecosystem for the industry. Ecosystem means a proper planned architecture and a complete setup that is going to be the perfect thing for a well-developed ecosystem. So for that, the government has formed SIPEC, Small Infrastructure Project Empowered Committee, that is supporting many small-scale infrastructure projects and can be scaled up. Okay, so we are creating an industrial ecosystem fund with a corpus of 500 crore to support small infrastructure projects and ecosystem creation. So small infrastructure project means what are they? So it is going to be connecting the rural and suburban localite. So giving physical connectivity of other infrastructure like industrial cluster, industrial corridor, parks, warehousing, logistics. So all these are given concession and incentives, and the funds will be provide for use for providing grants to support the development of road, power, water supply, sewerage, and other facilities. Okay, so this is for this we have a fund called as infrastructure ecosystem, industrial ecosystem fund. So with that we can do all these things, and ecosystem creation projects that are creating the or enabling the ecosystem, like the creation of many innovation centers of research parks. So those can also be eligible for funding from this scheme. Next one is our research and technology fund. So government creates a fund of 100 crore to approach R&D in the sunrise sector and technology adoption in the existing industries. So R&D, the projects and the sunrise sector. Sunrise means it's ready to bloom, which is ready to shine. That is going to call a sunrise sector. So that are heavily in R&D. In the initial stage, they would require more amount of fund. And that funding can be met by the just funding what I told, R&D fund, research and technology fund. So this will be helping in bridging the gap for a large number of projects. Explore technology adaptation. We have seen that technology is getting updated day by day, right? So to improve the product, process, performance, efficiency across their supply chain by adopting advanced industry technology such as IoT and supported through this fund. So even latest technology can be adapted and supported through the fund. Same way, you can have venture capital funds. So venture capital is setting up supply chains in the state. So they take high risk and government participates and reduce the risk as much as possible. So venture capital fund will be created of the corpus of 500 crore to support entrepreneurs and undertaking ventures in the sunrise sector. So digital accelerator under Yadav More. So as we have seen, we have digital accelerator under Yadav More, so that American all the outside the abroad outside India, whatever countries who are going to come and establish their units in India, they can see this portal and they can get any information. So 10 capital out of the proposed grant, 10% you can raise it towards operational and capital expenditure. So up to 1 crore per startup. Similarly, you can funds may be created for startups to contribute to innovation from other countries with Tamil diaspora. Tamil diaspora means with maybe generations of Tamil people who have displaced from India and settled there. So for those countries also, they are creating special website or a tool for them to easily access the application and get the required amount of permission. So what are the loans available from the government? So Tamil Nadu Investment Industrial Investment Corporation Limited so offers term loan of up to 40 crore under general term loan scheme. So how to repay all these things? You can go to the corresponding website and see. Okay.